afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Friday. It is Friday. Brady's here, set to go. Looking forward to the weekend?
I am. Not a lot's going on, but it's just going to be a restful weekend. What about you?
Going on vacation.
As you should. You deserve it.
It's going to be just a few days, but be up north.
I'll leave you alone. I won't call. I won't text.
Yeah, I won't have my phone on.
Okay.
Topping our headlines today, a Madison food truck was set on fire by an arsonist. We have exclusive surveillance video.
And we talked with UWPD today about how they feel about alcohol being sold at basketball and hockey games. The answer may shock you.
And the FBI released new information about the family of James Jablonski today. We'll have that for you. But first, let's take a look outside. And summery day out there. Well, it's August. It should be summery, right?
But don't horse around out there. It is a little warm.
And it could be a stormy Sunday as well. Jacob's in the backyard with the details on that.
Yeah, we do have an alert day for possible severe weather on Sunday. I'll get to that in a moment. But right now, the temperatures are pretty comfortable. We're seeing current temperatures in the lower 80s for Madison and places to the east, even upper 70s closer to the lake. But out west, it is a little bit warmer with highs at near 90 for some locations. So again, still warm, but it will be a lot better temperature-wise over the weekend, especially by the time we get to Sunday. Looking at wind speeds, we have had a little bit of a breeze today, but overall, we're not seeing wind speeds too gusty with much of our area somewhere in the 5 to 15 wind speed range. So the winds aren't really a huge factor, although they are a bit breezy at times. Looking at the evening forecast, we will see temperatures remain warm to mild with temperatures in the lower 80s to upper 70s until around 10 p.m. Then we'll see temperatures drop into the 60s later in the overnight hours. Now looking at current radar, we are dry right now, but if we zoom further out, there is a lot of rainfall to the west of our area. Right now, the low pressure is spinning across the western Dakotas, and that will move into our area and possibly bring some severe weather. So here's the information on the alert day. This is for all of southern Wisconsin, but the highest threat will be to the southeast near the Illinois border, kind of closer to Kenosha, Racine. But we could still see some high winds and hail with an isolated tornado possible. And some of the rainfall totals could exceed 2 inches. And this is for Sunday afternoon and evening. I'll have more details on the timing of the storms coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right, we'll check back, Jacob. Thank you. Madison police are investigating after a food truck for a West Side Indian restaurant was set on fire this week.
Catherine Merck got an exclusive access to surveillance video from the night it happened and shows us what was destroyed. Catherine?
Yeah, this is some of that cell phone video. The people who work at the restaurant tell me the truck that was set on fire was part of their livelihood. While they don't know who started the fire, they do have evidence to help police figure it out. Take a look at some of this. Surveillance video footage from the business shows someone setting a fire outside of the restaurant and then also trying to break in. While detectives look over this video to find the unknown criminal, the business is left without a crucial piece of equipment heading into the busy weekend.
This is actually hurting our business, like people, because like we have like upcoming catering like this coming Saturday, and like we can't take this truck. It just makes me sad, like seeing this thing like happening. Like, you know, like we have so much like, you know, love for the restaurant. Like you can see it.
The Indian restaurant's owner says they've relied on their community for 15 years of business, but now they might need the support more than ever before. The Madison Police Department is investigating the case, and the department spokesperson told me it's too early to know a motive. The owner of the restaurant wants anyone with information to come forward to police.
Catherine, thank you. The body of a second swimmer who went missing in the Wisconsin River yesterday was recovered this morning. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office says the body of a 24-year-old man was found by the Columbia County dive team in about 17 feet of water. The name of the man was not released. The man and a 25-year-old man were playing football on a sandbar when one of them went under. The other man went under as well to try to rescue the first. Both men never resurfaced. The body of the 25-year-old man was found last evening.
While helping with the search for 13-year-old James Jablonski, the FBI has administered lie detector tests. A sheriff's detective says the FBI joined the search about 2 weeks ago. Bureau investigators have been administering lie detector tests to family members and potential witnesses. Jablonski's father has offered a $10,000 reward for information that leads to finding his son. The teen took his father's cell phone and a ping led sheriff's deputies to search an area around Devil's Lake State Park. His devices showed previous searches about how to travel out of state.
The Big Ten changed in 2014 when it added Maryland and Rutgers, reaching all the way to the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, now it's looking like the conference will reach the Pacific with the potential additions of Oregon and Washington.
Lots going on. You're here to tell us more. Sports director Zach Hanley. What's going on, Zach?
Well, it seems now we're just waiting for the move that the Big Ten is expanding west again to become official. Remember, last year they added USC and UCLA to the conference, and it's been a roller coaster of a day if you've been following this along. This morning, the Pac-12 met in an attempt to salvage the conference and lock in a new media deal, but they couldn't come to agreement. So then hours later, Washington and Oregon were being fast-tracked to become new members of the Big Ten. Now, a Big Ten vote is expected to happen today to approve the move for the two schools to join the league in 2024 and push the conference to 18 schools, while the Pac-12 would drop to 7.
What's going on as well? The Big 18. Thank you, Zach. Today we talked to the UWPD about how they're going to be policing the new rules that allow for people to drink at Badger hockey and basketball games this upcoming season. Wisconsin was only one of a few Big Ten schools that did not allow alcohol to be sold at any sporting events. The UWPD are in support of the university's decision to sell alcohol after talking to several police departments at other universities that do sell alcohol.
A lot of the police departments have reported to us that, surprisingly, their behavioral issues, their arrest numbers have gone down. They've seen fewer issues once they introduced alcohol into some of their athletic facilities.
UWPD has theories about why the departments seem to have less problems after selling alcohol in the stadium, mainly that people weren't forced to binge drink in a short period of time prior to coming to the event, instead allowing more time for alcohol to dissipate. A Madison Baptist pastor has a court date, but still no criminal charges after we reported that police have finished an investigation and recommended first-degree child sexual assault charges against him.
The state permanently pulled his child care license for safety reasons. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles broke that story, and she explains his denomination, why it makes it so hard for there to be accountability. Naomi?
Brady, that's exactly right. 4 years ago, and another investigative reporter at the Houston Chronicle exposed how hundreds of Southern Baptist pastors were moving from church to church despite criminal charges or otherwise very credible allegations of sexual abuse. At Midvale Baptist Church in Madison, Pastor Bob Stein has kept preaching, something that Robert Downen at the Texas Tribune tells me was a fundamental pattern within the denomination for years.
But they've also more recently, in 2022, released an audit of their executive committee, the leadership body, that found for 20 plus years, the leaders of the SBC had really been, a small group of leaders had been suppressing the reports of abuse survivors about the extent of the abuse crisis in the denomination.
Downen described the SBC's approach to fixing the issues that the Houston Chronicle exposed as piecemeal, an approach that lined up with the way church officials responded to me when I approached them with our investigation into this local pastor. My full conversation with Robert airs this Sunday on For the Record at 10:30.
How did he and others react when they told him that you were reporting this?
Well, I visited the pastor. He didn't have a lot to say. He sent me to the criminal defense attorney. But I think one of the most interesting responses was when I called the local Southern Wisconsin Baptist Association that this church in Madison belongs to. And I talked directly to the head of that organization. And he didn't want to talk to me, right? I called him. He's like, we're not commenting on this. You got to go to the church. There, even though this church pays dues to this organization, to this director, he doesn't have anything to do with that. It's their decision. He's not interfering. He doesn't want to talk about it. And I ended up having to go outside the Southern Baptist group and go to a theology professor to even answer basic questions like, how is there no accountability for this pastor?
Yeah, I remember that. And I also have to wonder, what was the reaction from religious circles to your reporting?
So the reporter I talked to that you just heard from, he still has a major following within religious circles within the SBC because of his extensive reporting on this. He ended up sharing our reporting, as well as the theology professor that I talked to. And what we're hearing is discouragement. The fact that this reporting shows that not much has been done. And, what they know is that they have alerted SBC officials about what's going on in Madison, but I haven't heard of anything being done yet.
Well, hopefully something will be. And more at Sunday at 5:30, Sunday For the Record at 10:30.
Watch at 10:30.
Got it. Thanks, Naomi.
Yes.
Thank you. School systems across Wisconsin are seeing a shortage of bus drivers, and the New Glarus School Board decided to push for a solution. School board members were restricted from acting as volunteer bus drivers. They could volunteer as coaches and extracurricular supervisors, but couldn't drive a bus. New Glarus board members wanted to contribute even more to their district and contacted government officials to make it happen.
It might seem like, as the governor said, a very small step, but it's a very, very important step, because now we'll have the greater ability to get our students to and from school and to the extracurricular activities that are so important to them, particularly after they've just come through COVID.
School board members can now volunteer as bus drivers as long as they have a commercial driver's license, are authorized to drive a school bus by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, and abstain from significantly related votes on the school board. Evers calls the bill a bipartisan victory that improves quality of life across the state.
The Marshall Police Department has released the name of the man charged with shooting at officers earlier this week. 21-year-old Jeremy Wills is charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, robbery, substantial battery, carrying a concealed weapon, and more. Online records show he has yet to be formally charged in court. Police say this is still an active investigation and there is no current threat to the public. On Wednesday night, Wills allegedly fled from officers and fired a round at one of them. The officer was not hit, and Wills was later taken into custody. Former President Trump is doing double duty, preparing to defend himself in the courts while trying to win the Republican presidential primary at the same time.
Willie James Inman has more details from Washington, D.C.
Former President Donald Trump is back on the campaign trail just one day after pleading not guilty during the arraignment on charges he tried to overturn the 2020 election.
When you look at what's happening, this is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
Trump says the charges against him are meant to distract him from campaigning. He posted on social media Friday, resources that would have gone into ads and rallies will now have to be spent fighting these radical left thugs in numerous courts throughout the country. The cases have done little to slow down Trump's momentum with Republican voters. He continues to gain ground against his GOP primary rivals.
Well, I think it's politically motivated, absolutely.
Campaigning in Iowa, Governor Ron DeSantis, Trump's closest opponent, attacked the government and not the former president.
The question is, what are we going to do about it? We need to end the weaponization. We're going to hold DOJ, FBI, IRS, all these agencies accountable.
76% of likely Republican voters in a recent CBS News poll say the indictments are politically motivated. Trump posted this week, "I need one more indictment to ensure my election." Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
That one more could be coming from Atlanta, where the Fulton County District Attorney appears to be on the verge of securing an indictment for Trump's attempt to overturn the election in the state of Georgia. Well, one of the biggest expenses when you travel is lodging, but you don't have to check into an expensive hotel.
How about that? CBS travel reporter Wendy Gillette has some economical alternatives when Live at 4 continues.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School savings event only at A1 Furniture.
Your foundation doesn't improve the appearance of under-eye puffiness. Your concealer doesn't make fine lines disappear. Even worse, they can make those imperfections more noticeable. Introducing Tint and Tighten, a new must-have lightweight tinted cream that is sure to find its place in your makeup routine. Tint and Tighten is the only tinted cream that creates a temporary tightening layer on the surface of the skin, which works to instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye puffiness.
It's a very time-consuming thing to put foundation on and do your eyes and your lips, and I'd much rather just have a product that I can put on my face that makes me feel good. The thing I love about Tint and Tighten is the refreshed feeling my skin has. It's not heavy, it's not greasy, my wrinkles are gone, especially around my eyes. My skin feels smooth, I feel youthful.
Compared to Tint and Tighten, there was another product that I was trying, and one of the things that was a problem is leaving residue in the area underneath the eyes where your concealer would go. So I found that was a challenge, but using this particular product, I realized it's not leaving a residue.
Tint and Tighten works to smooth out wrinkles and under-eye puffiness in just 10 minutes, while covering and concealing dark circles, age spots, and uneven skin tone, making you look and feel years younger.
Right around this area, I have fine lines, which a lot of people obviously deal with as they age. And then also in this area, I had very dark circles. They were a little, just puffed out a little bit, and that without any makeup is almost eliminated.
What's even better is that these remarkable results last for up to 8 hours without needles or injections. Want to look your best for that upcoming event, date night, or job interview? Maybe you simply want to feel younger and more confident with your appearance. Then add Tint and Tighten to your makeup routine and bring youthfulness back to your life. Try it this summer for up to 50% off and free shipping. Visit tntcream.com or call the number on your screen.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
First Choice Dental's got going to the dentist solved. And when you've got 11 convenient neighborhood clinics, you can solve a lot of problems, like helping you get in and get back to your busy day with snap appointments. Schedule your appointment at firstchoicedental.com.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School Savings Event, only at A1 Furniture.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Scientists announced a grim milestone this month.
The world's oceans hit the hottest average recorded temperature ever. The world's warming waters threaten to melt the ice caps, destroy coral reefs, and kill marine life. Like plankton, the tiny animals create the base of the ocean's food chain. They produce around 50% of the Earth's oxygen. That's every second breath you take. But they are sensitive to heat.
People's perspective is that the ocean, it's so big, it's so vast that it can buffer anything that humanity can throw at it, and the reality is that's not the case.
The effects are also being felt in the United States. Water temperatures off the tip of South Florida hit a record-setting 101 degrees for 2 straight days, threatening local coral and sea life. Scientists also warn the warming oceans could trigger more extreme weather like stronger storms, devastating droughts, and fierce floods.
Some Wells Fargo customers on social media say their direct deposits have disappeared from their bank accounts. A company spokesperson says the bank is aware of a technical issue causing the problem. The person says Wells Fargo is working to resolve it, but it's unclear when that will happen. The extent of the issue is also unclear, but people have been posting about it for 2 days. This problem follows another incident back in March in which Wells Fargo customers reported similar issues.
Well, who wants to be a billionaire? Hey, now's your chance. $1.25 billion is up for grabs in tonight's Mega Millions lottery game. That's after no tickets matched all 5 numbers, plus the Mega Ball in Tuesday night's drawing. The jackpot has been rolling since it was last won back in April 18th. It's also the 4th highest prize ever in the game's history. After taxes, the big prize will only be worth about $625 billion if you take the lump sum option. Good luck, everybody.
I'd take that. That's fine.
Well, some hot and cold news in the latest jobs report this summer.
The economy added fewer workers than expected, but hiring still continues its steady march against inflation pressures. The economy added 187,000 jobs in July, just shy of expectations. The unemployment rate dipped to 3.5%, a near record low. Average hourly wages also increased 4.4% over the past 12 months, which could raise eyebrows at the Federal Reserve.
While that is not seen as a tremendous or very significant contributor to inflation, it's well above the Federal Reserve's 2% inflation target.
Despite those wage bumps, a CBS News poll conducted last week found the majority of working Americans say their pay is not keeping pace with rising prices. And all these numbers could add up to dodging a recession this year. The Fed will weigh these numbers and several more economic reports before its next policy meeting in September.
And that jobs report sent stocks lower. The Dow Industrials lost 150 points. Ended the week at 35,065. The NASDAQ off 50. The S&P 500 gave up 23.
Traveling is expensive these days. You have the flights and the hotel prices are all soaring.
They actually have. And CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette joined us earlier in the week from New York on some innovative ways to save where you rest your head.
Mark and Brady, hotel room rates hit record highs this summer, according to Consumer Price Index data. That's mostly due to pent-up demand after the pandemic and because travelers are willing to pay those higher rates. But there are some alternatives that could save you money. Mississippi native Lillian Smith is making her travel dreams come true by making her way around the world. But she's not paying for pricey hotels. The freelance graphic designer is earning her keep as she goes, checking off her house-sitting chore list.
I could be just caring for a house, or I could also be caring for a house and pets and plants, or any variation in between.
Smith often uses an app called Trusted House Sitters and usually finds places she'd like to stay for free.
I've saved over $11,000 in accommodation costs, and that's a very low estimate.
If you're not into working on vacation, some hotels are now offering summer share programs, like here at Hotel Lillian outside New York City in the Catskill Mountains. We stayed for a special rate at the 18-room Homey Hotel, where you'll find eclectic furnishings and a pool. The summer share program is offered weekdays and weekends, granting perks like early check-in, savings on food and drinks, and unlimited weeknight stays for $99.
We wanted to build more of a community environment. I think what excited us about being 2 hours outside of the city is that we had a chance to see some of the same faces over and over again. The summer share program is really just like that kind of on steroids.
Many vacation rental homes are also more available and cheaper right now. Additional getaway options as the summer sun starts to set. The weekday summer share program at Hotel Lillian costs $500 and the weekend program is $1,000. More than a dozen people have taken advantage of it, and the hotel has been 90 to 100% full this summer after opening in November. Mark and Brady?
Wendy, how popular is house sitting?
It's getting a lot more popular. Trusted House Sitters says membership is up more than 10%. And another company, Nomador, saw a 60% increase from the end of 2022 to the beginning of this year. House swapping is also gaining in popularity. So another thing to consider. Mark and Brady.
Okay, and after doing the story, have you considered putting your place up for house sitting?
I did have my place on Airbnb, but my landlord found out, so that ended very quickly.
Well, that's the end of that. Interesting trend to beat those high hotel prices, that's for sure. Wendy, thanks for being with us today.
Sure.
Whoops. Busted.
She tried.
We'll talk about a hazard on a golf course in Canada.
That 13th hole can be a real bear. That story is coming up after Jacob's weekend forecast.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Send them back to school in style with Steinhoffels. Shop our back to school sale for trendy and functional furniture. Plus, get great deals on mattresses. Twins start at just $89 and queens start at $129. And take an extra 10% off our already low-priced clearance furniture and mattresses. Make it even easier when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. The back to school sale at Steinhoffels. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
Which hotel? Somebody say which hotel? I'm great at this. Dance your faves in the spa-like bathroom. Or enjoy local craft beers with breathtaking views at the Cambria. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Champion Windows is celebrating our 70th anniversary with our best sale of the year. Right now, buy 2 Comfort 365 windows and get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Buy 2, get 2 free. Call or schedule your free estimate online at getchampionwindows.com.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, take a look at this. There could be a new contender for the heaviest animal to ever live. While today's blue whale has long held the title, scientists have dug up fossils from an ancient giant. Researchers have described a new species named something Latin, or means colossal whale from Peru. Using the skeleton to estimate the whale's size and weight, they calculated that the ancient giant weighed about 375 tons. Wow. The biggest blue whale comes in at 200 tons. The ancient whale also is 66 feet long, but blue whales can grow to more than 100 feet.
I bet that made quite a splash.
As it were. And they don't know what it ate because they have not recovered the skull.
Okay.
But they're thinking it might be like whales, you know, they just filter all the plankton through.
Oh,
quill.
Finding Nemo Part 3.
I feel like that's pretty monumental.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's pretty crazy.
All right, maybe some crazy weather on Sunday.
Yeah, we do have the alert day for possible severe weather, but the temperatures will also cool down afterwards. All the details after the break.
Outlets at the Dells, an attraction not to be missed. With over 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill family vacationers, trendsetters, and all who love a smoking hot discount. We're all about the thrill of the deal, the joy of finding the thing you forgot to pack, the backpack that the kids really, really want, the sneakers that make PE class the most awesome, and the discounts that no one else can touch. Get the first day look they want and save up to 70% off on everything for back to school, plus get a free Vera Bradley lanyard and Zip ID. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at GAWon'tWait.com.
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
We're the Packers Scratch Game crew, bringing back Packers Scratch Games for you. The pack is back, and Scratch Games are here. With 4 season tickets you could win for a year. There's instant cash, prizes, and other bonus drawing surprises.
Packers Scratch Games are back with instant cash prizes up to $30,000 and a bonus drawing for 4 season tickets for 1 year. Prices range from $1 to $10. Available now at all Wisconsin lottery retailers.
We're not kidding, somebody will be winning 4 season tickets for a year.
Congratulations to Madison Magazine for earning 9 awards in the Milwaukee Press Club Excellence in Wisconsin Journalism Competition, including top honors for Best Single Story or Feature Design and Best Feature Photograph. Dive into local lakes with Madison Magazine. Learn what lies in the murky deep, from antique cars and ancient relics to tales of sunken treasure. And meet divers bringing secrets to the surface. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here are the details for the alert day that we have for Sunday. This will be for all of southern Wisconsin, but the highest threat will be in the far southeastern portion of the state. We'll see high winds, some hail, possible tornado, but also heavy rainfall, possibly over 2 inches, maybe even getting close to 3 inches for some isolated locations. This will also be for Sunday afternoon and evening, but we will likely see rain a bit before that as well as a bit after that. Now, looking at the 3 things you need to know, it is going to be warm once again tomorrow with highs in the middle 80s. I talked about the storms. Could start Saturday night, but they're also going to last until possibly Monday morning. And for the most part, after the rainfall, temperatures will be a lot more comfortable for next week with high temperatures right around 80 degrees. Now, looking at the forecasted lows for tonight, it will be a bit cooler than the last couple of nights with lows in the lower 60s. Some areas further north may drop into the 50s, but for the most part, you know, not much going on during the overnight hours. For tomorrow, slightly cooler than the last couple of days with highs in the middle to lower 80s rather than the middle to upper 80s. Much of our area going to be fairly close to average tomorrow. Again, it might be a little bit warm though. Current radar is only showing some pop-up showers and storms along the Mississippi River, but for the most part, we're not expected to see rainfall for at least the next 24 hours. And looking at the severe weather risk for Sunday, there's a slight risk in the far southeastern portion of the state and a marginal risk for areas just to the north and west. So looking at future track, we may continue to see some pop-up showers and maybe even a light storm off to the west near the Mississippi River. But beyond that, we're not expected to see a lot of rainfall through much of the day tomorrow as well, because most of the rain will enter our area tomorrow night and Sunday. But even during the tomorrow night hours, much of the area will still be dry. Now, looking at the day on Sunday, by the time we get to the late afternoon, here are the storms that we are concerned about that could produce some severe weather. Likely going to impact our area during the late afternoon and evening. And notice like the movement of the rain. The low pressure system might get pretty close to our area, which would cause some of the showers and storms to linger into our area through Monday morning, possibly even into the early afternoon hours on Monday. And because of that, we could see some pretty high rainfall totals. Now, a lot of these are subject to change. It all really depends on where some of the storms fire up. But because the rain may last into Monday morning, we could see rain totals pretty high, possibly up to 2 to 3 inches. Maybe even approaching 3 to 5 inches for some locations. Again, the specific amounts will be determined on where the storms fire up, but could see a lot of rain nonetheless. So for the weekend forecast, pretty nice tomorrow, going to be a bit warm, likely not going to see the rain until well into the overnight hours. Sunday, though, we do have those showers and storms, but the temperatures are going to be a lot cooler with highs right around 80 degrees, and those temperatures will be very consistent throughout much of next week with upper 70s to lower 80s, really not going to change much after Sunday. We also have some more chances of storms Wednesday into early Thursday, as well as later into next weekend with Sunday afternoon through Monday. So going to still see some much needed rainfall. Despite the rain we've been seeing, we're still under a drought. So we'll continue to take the rain we get. And as far as the severe weather risk goes, you know, the further south and east you're located, the best chance you'll see the severe weather, but much of our area could see a severe storm Sunday afternoon and evening.
So not all day, just later in the day.
Yeah, and it does look more and more like tomorrow will be completely dry. So that's the good news.
So not a washout.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Golfers at a golf course in Canada might be keeping a closer watch over their clubs these days.
Yeah, video shows a bear on the 13th hole doing a little more than just puttering around. Jeannie Mose reports.
Forget bear cubs.
Oh my God.
We're talking bear clubs. A golf club stealing bear. It happened on the 13th hole at Westwood Plateau Golf Club outside Vancouver, Canada. The bag belonged to Jerome Gignac.
You're sure there wasn't a sandwich in that bag?
I'm sure there was nothing.
No food. Jerome started to follow. Hey! But the female bear dragged his bag down a ravine. The good news...
I got really lucky there. All the clubs were dumped out. The putter was still in there just as it went over the edge, and it fell out just at the edge of the ravine.
So all the bear got was a dozen balls and a bag of teas.
The bear is still right there. Hey! No! Hey!
Golf Digest called it the wildest horror movie of the summer, making Golf Bear the new Cocaine Bear. The bears at this course are nothing to sneeze at. 2 years ago, a bear got teed off at golfers and tossed their ball back at them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Jerome was unable to retrieve his recently purchased bag, but Golf Bear must have been bummed. It wasn't Yogi Bear's picnic basket. Bears are apparently par for this course. And boy, could this girl caddy. Smarter than the average bear. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Now, I have some thoughts.
Okay.
The people yelling at the bear. I don't think that's a good idea.
No, I don't. Don't agitate the bear.
No, and then I would move away from the bear.
It's the bag. You got all the clubs. You got the expensive stuff.
Right.
Buy a new bag.
That's what I'm not a golfing expert, but I would say if there's a bear, I'm going to go over there.
The other way, yes, absolutely. Okay. Coming up next here on Live, before we take a sneak peek at the newest Super Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
You have your tickets, right?
Why?
And then at 5, on its first day with liberal majority, Wisconsin Supreme Court fired its administrator. Will Keneally shows us more.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live life.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Wish you had help getting things done.
Same.
So I got Spectrum One. Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Spectrum helps me run all this easily. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-802-4999 or visit Spectrum.com today.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
New at 5, the owners of a beloved restaurant ask for community help identifying a vandal who lit their food truck on fire. We have the exclusive surveillance footage.
A first warned weather alert day remains in the forecast for Sunday. Several rounds of thunderstorms could bring severe weather and heavy rainfall as well. At 5, I'll track the timing of the storms and how much rain you can expect.
And ahead at 6, the newly minted Supreme Court is shaking up the Wisconsin justice system. Will Keneally dives into the dismissal of Randy Koshnick. That's tonight at 6.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in the city of brotherly love.
Looks a little gray over in Philly.
76 degrees. 76ers.
All right.
There you go. Appropriate. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are back in theaters.
Rick Damigella reports.
The heroes in a half shell are back in the animated adventure Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
We must use stealth and cunning to infiltrate the human world and retrieve Go-Gurt.
Okay, Batman.
Dude, what? I'm just trying to hype you guys up, okay?
The film marks the first time actual teenagers have voiced the Turtles.
Hi, I'm Shaman, and I play Mikey. Yeah.
I'm Nicholas Cantoon. I play Leonardo, or Nardo.
I'm Mike Abby, and I play Donatello.
I'm Brady Noon. I play Raphael.
What? You watch a movie with a humans?
You ratted us out.
Hey, don't use that word that way.
The movie features Jackie Chan as Master Splinter and was co-written by Seth Rogen.
He brings so much to this because he is a fan of the Turtles since he was little, so he really knows the ins and outs of these characters, and it's got that Seth Rogen flair. They actually had to tone it down a bit. You guys remember like
The teen spirit extends to the film's art style.
We tried to write a story that was about what it feels like to be a teenager, and then gave it this art style that just is reminiscent of the deconstructed way you draw in your notebook margins when you're an actual teen and you don't have formal art training yet.
Enough talk! I dream about fighting every night.
You've got a rage problem, right?
It's not a problem.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Well,
the interviews in this story were conducted before the SAG-AFTRA strike began on July 14th.
Union members are not doing interviews about their work during the strike. I think maybe it will be fun.
I like Seth Rogen. He's funny.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see. I think I can wait for it to hit the streaming services.
Okay.
Is it a Broadway musical or a rock concert? Actually, it's both.
When we come back, we go center stage with one of the performers in the show 6, now on stage at the Overture.
There's a difference in a small town where family values still hold true. Welcome to the Portage Furniture Store. Well, we ventured back to Portage and look at who we found, the two Ayers brothers, Austin and Aaron. It's good to see you guys.
Welcome back.
So how is business? How is life?
Business has been great. You know, it's been very busy, busy for both of us. A couple new kiddos in the past year. So no, but business has been doing great.
I know you really want to give a shout out to all of the people around this area that shop local, that choose to come right here to Cook Street to see the two of you.
Obviously, first and foremost, we're so appreciative of our customers, and there's just been such a strong sentiment to shop local, shop small, support family business. And I guess with the inventory, we've been very blessed. We've got a packed showroom, trucks coming in every week. We've really, we're running out of places to put everything. We're in good shape.
I feel like there's such a difference in the customer's mood when they walk in. They don't have that anxious feeling of, oh gosh, here comes the salesperson coming over to talk to me. Yeah. Why is that so different here?
We put a major emphasis on no pressure shopping. Our salespeople, they're fantastic. They're gonna be there when you need them, but they're gonna let you, try everything out, and they're gonna leave you alone, let you relax.
So all these years later, the big question is, there's still the Portage Furniture free delivery?
Yep, absolutely. Still the free delivery. Gonna bring it right into your home, set it up, make it perfect for you. They'll even cook you dinner or sing a song for you if you need. They're just fantastic.
That's that small, local, family feel business mentality. You can't replicate it, right?
We're the Ayers family.
From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
It's time for your first warn traffic. Pretty good, actually, across Madison. There are a few slow ups. A lot of that has to do with the timing right now. A little bit slow on East Washington. Also a bit slow on the 151 heading down to Verona. But for the most part, it's looking a bit better than it normally does at this time of the day. Probably because it's Friday. People tend to leave work a bit earlier on Friday. Looking at the interstate, green in both directions down south to Janesville. There is a bit of a slow up just north of the belt line going north. But other than that, there are, just a few pockets of slowdowns heading north on the interstate, but pretty good for the most part. Look at the timing of the belt line, green in both directions. The southbound belt line from Sun Prairie to downtown is also green. So for the most part, not seeing a whole lot of incidents nor traffic across the region. And that's your first warn traffic. Back to you guys at the couch.
Thanks, Jacob. So watch a Florida sheriff's deputy make an action star turn by leaping onto a speedboat with no driver. Well, this sheriff's department teamed up with the Coast Guard to catch up with an out-of-control vessel, which was left careening at more than 40 miles an hour after the driver fell out and had to be rescued.
Well, that's some good work.
Yeah, pretty daring. Look at that. Tom Cruise, look out.
Yes, absolutely. I'll do this part. Okay. The Tony Award-winning musical Six is now playing at Overture.
At first performed in Britain, it's a modern retelling of the lives of the 6 wives of Henry VIII, presented in the form of a pop concert.
The cast consists of just the 6 wives. We got a chance to sit down with Zan Berube, who plays Anne Boleyn, the second of Henry's 6 wives, in this week's Center Stage. Each singer has a very distinct sound and voice. Are they based on pop stars?
Yes, absolutely. I think the show sets a pop star inspiration, but a lot of our queens, come in with their own inspirations. So mine is Avril Lavigne and Miley Cyrus.
It's an interesting combination.
Yeah, right? Pop punk princess.
Describe the show for people who haven't seen it.
Sure. So Six is a retelling and a reclaiming of the 6 wives of Henry VIII and their stories from their point of view. Instead of from Henry's and what history tells, it's kind of them reclaiming what they would like for their history to be.
And there's sort of a contest at who suffered the most?
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to come and see it to find out. There's a contest and definitely a pop rock concert vibe throughout the show.
It seemed like a rock concert.
Yeah.
And the audience was reacting, clapping and cheering. And
definitely.
The light show?
Yes, the lights are spectacular. And the costumes, it all kind of accumulates to be a pop concert, which is really fun in musical theater. I mean, the audience is kind of like our 7th cast member.
It's not a typical Broadway musical.
No, I guess not. But I mean, there are a lot of shows these days that have this pop concert feel. And instead of storytelling through musical theater, you can storytell through a pop song. Get down.
Get down, you dirty rascal. Get down.
Probably, or perhaps, going after a younger audience?
Sort of, but our audience range is all ages. I mean, we have kids as young as like 6 and 7 who come in cosplay. I've met a lot of young Anne Boleyns, and then, you have all ages, and it's a story. If you enjoy history, too, I mean, it's a fun time.
Do people tend to pick their favorite queen?
Ooh, well, we don't like them to pick, but I mean, some people can feel for a certain queen, and their story is one that's more close to home.
Where did you get your inspiration for your role? You're hilarious.
Thank you.
It is so fun.
Well, I mean, I take some inspiration from Harley Quinn and like a gremlin sort of vibe. She just likes to poke fun and speak her own mind and make the other queens laugh. And I think Avril Lavigne and Miley Cyrus do a great job on stage in their pop concerts. I've studied some of their movements, how they command the stage, how they talk to the audience, and it's really fun to make my own spin on it.
And you've seen it on Broadway?
Yes.
Any inspiration there?
Oh my gosh. Every time you see the show, it's completely different. Every cast can inform another cast, but I think that's what makes the show unique, because the Broadway queens are so different from the touring queens and are so different from the UK queens. So anytime you see the show, it's going to be new.
6 women singing, the band's on stage, you can interact with the band.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just it's fun.
It's fun. It's a good time.
Do you love it?
Oh, with my whole heart. I love it so much.
6 is now on stage at Overture. Tonight at 8 o'clock, tomorrow at 2. The tomorrow show at 8 is sold out. Sunday 1 and 6:30. There are a couple of seats available, so call the box office or check out online.
How did you like it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was just, and you saw it on New York.
I did. It was fantastic.
You don't know what you're expecting to see when you go in.
I was pleasantly surprised. I loved every minute. I did not want to attend.
Yeah, you laugh. It's spectacular.
And you learn a lot about history.
Yeah, you do at the same time, coincidentally. All right, we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Outlets at the Dells in the center of water park heaven with 60 of the world's biggest brands. Get the first day look they want and save up to 70% off on everything for back to school. Plus, get a free Vera Bradley lanyard and Zip ID. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
Get 11% off back to school at Menards. Whether you're heading back to campus and need to stock up on amenities for your dorm room, decor, or snacks and beverages, Menards has you covered to make your room yours. If you need to fill up your backpack with notebooks, pens, and more supplies for the classroom, we've got plenty of options to get you through the year. Stock up and save 11% on back to school.
Save big money at Menards.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhafels. The new Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with a one-of-a-kind cooling technology that feels up to 10 degrees cooler, allowing for a better night's sleep. Right now, save $500 on the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress. Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses are just $74 per month when using Steinhafels 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Steinhafels is your sleep solution destination.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Outlets at the Dells in the center of water park heaven with 60 of the world's biggest brands. Get the first day look they want and save up to 70% off on everything for back to school. Plus, get a free Vera Bradley lanyard and Zip ID. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
A first warn weather alert day is in the forecast for Sunday. At 5, I'll let you know the timing for possible severe weather and heavy rainfall.
Then only on News 3 Now, owners of a beloved restaurant ask for community help identifying a vandal who lit their food truck on fire. That's next at 5.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now.
Here's one final look at your forecast. Tomorrow is going to be mostly dry for much of the day, still a bit warm, and then some rain will move into the area overnight, but especially on Sunday where showers and thunderstorms are likely. We could see heavy rain at times, and we have the alert day issued for Sunday because we could also see some gusty winds and hail out of some of those storms. Temperatures will cool down with the rainfall. Highs will be around 80 degrees for Sunday, and really for much of next week, we're going to continuously see high temperatures around 80. The rain will continue into Monday morning, and then will be dry for late Monday and Tuesday. Another chance of rain Wednesday and Thursday, and then we have another chance of rain by the following week, both Sunday afternoon through Monday.
The pattern's changing. All right, Jacob, thank you. Monday here on Live at 4, we go beyond the barometer for an inside scoop on local weather.
And we'll head to the movies with Will Loper to find out what's worth watching and which film leads the box office.
Barbie.
Yep.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
You got me.
Tag. You're it. Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Kids will be back in school before we know it, and we want to make sure they're ready.
That's why Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County and News 3 Now are collecting school supplies for area students.
Monday, August 7th, please help us stuff the bus. We'll be right here at Metcalf's Market behind Westtown Mall. Just look for the school bus.
Visit channel3000.com for details, and then stop by August 7th to help us stuff the bus.
Sponsored by Midwest Financial Group, Lamer's Bus Lines, and Metcalf's Market.
Send them back to school in style with Steinhoffels. Shop our back to school sale for trendy and functional furniture. Plus, get great deals on mattresses. Twins start at just $89 and queens start at $129. And take an extra 10% off our already low-priced clearance furniture and mattresses. Make it even easier when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. The back to school sale at Steinhoffels. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs.
Then they are built in our very own factory,
Installed by a team of professionals and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
We are in the middle of the dog days of summer, but that hasn't slowed down 2 dogs we know.
Who could they be? Louie and Oliver have the top stories of the week in the News Hounds Report.
Here's the News Hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the News Hounds, a herd of capybaras,
a pack of red panda cubs,
and some excited canines.
But first, British conservationists are celebrating what they say is a beaver baby boom. The semi-aquatic rodents were reintroduced into the wild in the UK after they went extinct 400 years ago. The beavers were hunted relentlessly for their fur, meat, and scent glands until the 16th century, when they died out altogether. Now the Wildlife Trust in countries around the UK, including Wales, have been licensed to reintroduce them. The beavers look very at home in the wild, but their reintroduction has been carefully planned for more than a decade. Beavers are called the engineers of the animal kingdom. They're constantly busy collecting sticks, branches, mudstones, and vegetation to build complex dams, which create a haven for other wild creatures.
Speaking of rodents, the San Diego Zoo welcomed 4 capybara pups this week. Capybaras are the world's largest rodents. They're related to guinea pigs, hamsters, and mice. The pups are precocial, meaning they're more mature and mobile at birth. The 4 young ones are already nursing and following their mother around, Rosalina, who's a second-time mom. Bowie's a first-time father. The animals are found in Central and South America, where they live in swampy, grassy regions.
The birth of twin red pandas is being celebrated at a British zoo as a success of the European breeding program for endangered species. The cubs were born at Whipsnade Zoo to Mother Ruby and Dad Nilo. They weigh 3.5 ounces each. Red panda cubs are blind for the first 30 days of their lives, and even after they open their eyes, they won't venture outside for at least another month. The twins will be named after their first vet check at 8 weeks old, when their sex will also be determined.
And finally, these Canadian canines are extra excited to visit their local library because it's filled with sticks. Carlo took the concept of the little library and flipped it, creating the fancy stick library on Prince Edward Island. And he does mean fancy. The sticks in the library are all handcrafted, and it certainly appears the dogs appreciate the extra effort. We leave you with happy pups.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds.
That's like a good stick.
So happy.
That's our time for now. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here Monday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.